A super empath is not someone that has more empathy than an empath. A super empath is someone that has a better sense of self than an empath, more boundaries than an empath. You see, with a super empath, they're able to feel that empathy, that sense of other people's feelings and emotions without ever losing themselves. And that's where you have that difference, because empaths can feel like they're feeling other people's emotions to the point of losing themselves, to the point of becoming emotionally dysregulated. It gets to the point where they feel like they have to tune other people out. They had to get away from people because people are just too much for them. A super empath, while they may be introverted, they are able to not become dysregulated or lose themselves with other people. They have very firm boundaries. They are assertive. They are direct. They will say things even if that means that it's going to hurt the other person's feelings, whereas an empath is afraid to hurt another person's feelings because they haven't reached that status yet, that level yet of a super empath. One of the things that tends to mystify people is the way a super empath can handle a relationship with a narcissist. Super empaths can get sucked into relationships with narcissists when they don't know what narcissism is, which is any of us before we happen to watch videos or get educated on narcissism. So the super empath can believe the lies of a narcissist because they're being fed false information, and their empathy moves them to want to help this person who is a narcissist, to want to be there for them, support them. They think they're entering into a mutually beneficial relationship just as an empath would. The difference is that this super empath doesn't lose themselves to the narcissistic abuse. They don't give in to all of the gaslighting to the point where they lose their minds, they lose their ability to know what's right from wrong, what's up from down, where they stop and the other person starts. The super empath ultimately is able to even outwit the narcissist at their narcissist's own game, and therefore defeat the narcissist and go into the supernova mode. And this is kind of what super empaths tend to get known for, is their ability to defeat a narcissist. But it doesn't mean that they can just be in a relationship with a narcissist and not be affected. Of course, it's going to affect them because they're empaths. It makes them feel bad to know that they can't ever seem to help the narcissist or make the narcissist feel happy or satisfied. They can't seem to make the relationship actually work. In the end, they will still have to walk away from the narcissist. So whether you're an empath or a super empath, the relationship still can't work with a narcissist. It's just the difference with that super empath is they walk out with their whole sense of self. They don't have a need of like, oh, I have to heal from the narcissistic abuse. They just recognize it as abuse and they move on in a way sort of unscathed, even though the narcissist can really hurt them and hurt their reputation and things like that, but they will take their losses. A super empath doesn't then become jaded and say, I can't trust anyone, and become avoidant of all people as a result of the narcissistic abuse. They just simply chalk that up as a learning experience, and now they understand that there's people out there who have that level of darkness and malevolence, evil. Now they know, and they move forward with their life. So if that you're not a super empath, but an empath, meaning you do sense and care about the feelings and emotions of other people very deeply. However, you do sometimes lose yourself. You do struggle with boundaries. You do give into people pleasing at times. And if you want to become the super empath, that's what you learn in my healing program. I'm teaching you to become the super empath. So you're going to maintain your empathy, but then you're going to get a strong sense of self, or what I call the ego. So when you have a strong, robust, or fluffy ego, you're able to go into the world and you can handle what the world throws at you. You don't have to become hypervigilant, distrustful of people, or using maladaptive measures to keep yourself safe. When you are a super empath, you can finally optimize your superpowers, which you haven't been able to tap into yet because you're going through life like, I can't turn it off. I can't turn off other people's emotions. But when you realize that you have a gift, you can actually tap into that gift and your unique potential as an individual, and you can optimize and become something in the world that is invaluable and that really helps people, which is one of the chief desires in your heart, is to be helpful. The problem that you've been facing, by the way, as an empath with that is you've been helping the wrong people. So you want to be helpful, you want to help people, but you keep pouring your gifts into the wrong sources, and you wonder why it's not fulfilling, why you're not getting anything back for it, and you're getting drained and burnt out. So enroll in my healing program. Learn to be the super empath. It's called Healing School at healingcourse.org.